I shall give a few facts and projections, and they indeed betray any romance in the present scenario. Though the mankind was the latest creature among the biodiversity, its numbers have grown rapidly. It is alarming that the rate of growth is ever increasing. In 1798, when he was writing his essay on population, the global population was barely 1 billion. Ever since, due to industrialization and technological revolution, the population has risen to an ever increasing rate. In the following 100 years, the world population doubled to 2 billion, and further following half century from 1925 to 1975, it doubled again to touch 4 billion. By 1990, it was 5.3 billion. Even though there is a decrease in the overall growth rate of population from 1971 onwards, according to UN projections, by 2025 the Earth will contain a population of around 8 billion people, and the global population stabilizes as 11 billion people in the second half of the next century. The worst aspect of this population explosion is that these increases will be taking place largely in the developing and underdeveloped countries. It has been projected that from now to 2025, around 95% of all global population growth will take place in these countries. At current rate of population growth, we should plan to accommodate a workforce of around 3 billion of people in developing countries by 2025. This means these developing economies should be able to cater the need to around 40 million new jobs every year. These countries have comparatively low industrial production. A high domestic consumption leaves minimal surplus in the economy. Secondly, it is observed that in the countries with large population, the share of primary sector is higher in the economy. Greater part of investment and other inputs go into sustaining this large population. This does not leave enough of investable surplus. But it was not until Second World War the demographers and economists recognized that larger population adversely affected the economic development because it diverted the investments from growth related to inflated social demands of a larger population. In this context of developing countries, the population explosion will intensify the crisis of social security and sustainable development, urbanization, and urban poverty. Already there is a trend among developing societies that their workforce is abandoning the agriculture and are shifting to urban clusters. In 1985, around 30% of the population of developing countries was living in urban areas, which shall go to 60%. Para.
Subscribe the channel for regular shorthand and stenography videos.